Gets wrapped in white, put on a trailer, taken to a dealership. This one gets put on a trailer and taken to a race shop. The Cadillac engineers, along with Pratt Miller, the tent next to me, dive deep, and they take this thing down to the bare bones and construct what you see in front of you. But as you look, the car is very similar. It's similar in a couple different ways. From the looks, the engine, but what they do is they strip it down when they get it, and they make it into a unibody tub. All that's left, Ryan, if you want to open up that door, I'm going to open up this side. If you don't have a look, come on around and take a peek in here as we start talking. The car gets taken right down to the unibody tub. All the side panels are taken off. All the body work is stripped from it. The guts are taken down. It's basically just a bare tub. And then they start working their magic. As they put it back together, there's still a few pieces that are original from the showroom car. You got headlights, those are right from the showroom car. We've got a couple cosmetic pieces on the side. Tail lights are from the showroom as well. And also, the only piece of steel left on the car from the original is our hood. And that's a rules dictation by World Challenge. So other than that, everything's stripped, it's down to the tub, and it's reconstructed. And what they do is they're mandated a certain weight. This one is about 3,200 pounds by rules. So they take this down, they get the weight in their hand. Once they've got it, they can start distributing it where they want it to best optimize performance. And unlike most augmentations here in the United States, we put our weight low and in the rear. 50-50 weight balance really improves handling out on the track. And also, talking about weight and reduction of this year, this car has been in service now for 3 years. So as the rules change and equipment's added, weight is added as well. So even though it starts out 3 years ago as a very light vehicle, they went in it this year for the 2013 year and really went after the weight again. One of the areas that they found, this is last year's, and this is a paint job. This year's car sitting over into the tent is a wrap, so they found weight in the paint weight. Also, as we from 2010 to 2011, we were allowed, or 2011 to 2012, they were allowed to add ABS brakes, traction control. Those are new wires and lines. Well, they condensed and consolidated all that as well. They found more weight there. Also, if you look at the showroom car, there's a sunroof. The first year that we went about this, we didn't really take this part of the rules into consideration, and we didn't really account for it. But the rules say if there is a sunroof, it can be replaced with carbon fiber. So this roof is last year's. If you get a look at those, you'll notice where the sunroof has been replaced with carbon fiber. So they found a little bit more weight. So actually, call it 50 pounds-ish. They found again, not that they can save that weight, but it goes again into their hand, and they can put it in the vehicle where they want, because they're mandated at that 3,200 pounds. So dropping the weight really improves the performance because of the handling. If you look at the wheels, and then look at the wheels behind us on the showroom car, very similar look. Done on purpose, except for we're about, I'm going to call it about 40 pounds difference between the tire wheel package between this one and that one. So your unsprung weight really improves, which drastically affects the handling. I'm going to come around to the back side of the car, take a look, and you'll notice on the back you're going to see a camera. It actually has a rear view camera, just like you have in most of your new cars today. If you take a look in from the back, or if you were fortunate enough to sit in that driver's seat and try to see out, it's very difficult to see what's coming from behind. So that is a driver's aid, and actually has a screen up in front so they can see what's coming around as far as traffic goes as they maneuver around the racetrack. Also, the grill, where the license plate would be in the back, that is actually an exhaust port for the differential. So they're dissipating the heat out the back. And located in the trunk to help out with weight distribution, we've got our fluid catch tank. We also have our engine oil back here. So starting to put some weight on the back as we're carrying the big engine up front. Like I said, up front, we do have the 6.2 liter V8. It's making 500-ish, depends on the restrictor now that we're running with World Challenge. Some of the information I get, it's kind of gray, they don't tell it all to me, but it's right around 500 horse. And the funny part about this is if you look at our coupe, wagon, and or sedan, it's carrying 556 horsepower, 500 horsepower. So the car that you can walk into the dealership has more horsepower and a supercharger. They've taken the supercharger away as well. So it's equalized the series, makes it very competitive, but we actually have more horsepower on the street car. This, after the weight reduction at 3,200 pounds, though, is under 1,000 pounds lighter. So the acceleration off the corners, the braking capabilities into the corners is dramatically improved. Looking at the brakes, speaking of the brakes, it's a Brembo race brake package. Also available Brembo package on the street car. So the technology that's on the car develops, it is refined, and it is utilized as far as its information as we construct our street cars. Taking a look inside the vehicle, one of the things that's first put into the car is the roll cage, because number one is driver safety. And Pratt Miller, who put the cage in, does a wonderful job as far as protecting the drivers. If you can get a driver mentally prepared, it helps him in his performance level and his confidence. So we've got this little box on the side is an aluminum honeycomb crash box, dissipating energy just in case he needs it. Also, we've got carbon fiber leg impingement plates, the 6-point harness, along with the race Recaro seat. And I say that because Recaro supplies the seat as well in our cars. So a lot of the technology transfers between the two. You'll notice as they're in there, there's tubes and hoses running into the cockpit of the vehicle. As this thing gets up to race temperature, and at race speeds, you'll probably see 150 degrees in the cockpit. So basically, Johnny and Andy are getting slow roasted like a barbecue in here. And as their temperature goes up and their comfort level goes down, their performance drops as well. So another key aspect besides safety is their comfort. It might sound not as important, but keeping a driver comfortable keeps his performance level optimal. So we've got a ventilated seat. You got a seat port, an air port right on this back corner window. Draws air in, it's distributed into the back of the seat. Also, it breaks off and branches into his helmet. So he's constantly got a new supply of air circulating through there. But they also wear what's called a cool suit, which is a refrigeration tube that runs through the long underwear, the Nomex underwear that they have. And there's actually a cooler with ice water that circulates and keeps the core temperature down on our race car driver. So his core temperature's down. We're trying to circulate as much air in there and keeping him as comfortable as possible. Also, to aid that, and I tell you, if you're not going to do it right now, take a look at the steering wheel that's in this vehicle. The car has and I'm not going to say, somebody yell out a guess. And if I told you, don't say it again. But somebody guess that I haven't told how much that steering wheel is. You're very close right there. It's a multi-function steering wheel. It supplies everything on there from adjustable ABS brakes, launch control. We got brake bias up above, but it also has, and which I really find, because I was just talking about driver comfort, funny, is a force-fed drink button. So driver chooses his beverage of choice, and if he needs it, he's just on the button and it's force-feeding him as he's in there. Constant two-way radio communication between he and the fitness. They can't talk between one another. That's a rules violation, so they're not allowed to intercommunicate between the two cars on the track, but they can relay back and forth. So constant communication, keeping the driver safe as far as his mental capacity, but then also physically keeping him comfortable to perform at his optimum level. So this car is, who's already seen the practice sessions go by? Anybody been out there watching? Yeah. Pretty unique signature as far as its sound when it comes by. Believe it or not, these guys know that they're fortunate to be in the position they are. They know that the fans are the ones that drive the sport. They see the enthusiasm. So when you see this car coming down the track, you see the Cadillacs going in the race tomorrow, whether it be qualifying or the race, please give a big old holler out, because Johnny and Andy do appreciate it. Cadillac appreciates your attention here today. And I'm going to be around the race car for a little while, so if anybody else has got any other questions, please do not hesitate to come up and ask. So I want to thank everybody for their attention. Have a wonderful day, and let's go Cadillac. Have another great year for 2013.